Fast X, or Fast 10, as some are calling it, because fasten your seatbelts is a thing. The film comes to us from the director of such films as Transporter 1 and 2 and The Incredible Hulk, and this time around, Dom Toretto and his family are targeted by Dante, the vengeful son of drug kingpin Hernan Reyes. But before we get into the rest of the review, I do want to give a special thank you to the sponsor for this video, BetterHelp. We all go through struggles and hardships. It's perfectly normal, and sometimes we need to talk to someone about it. For myself, the past few years have been the busiest of my entire life. Shooting a film, becoming a father, and all the responsibilities that come with that, along with maintaining my YouTube channel, there's a lot on my plate, which is why BetterHelp has been so great. It's the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. And you can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Chris Stuckmann. That link is in the description below. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Thanks so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Basically, Dante is played by Jason Momoa, and he's really mad because in one of the previous Fast movies, Paul Walker and Vin Diesel stole a bunch of money from his family and killed his father. So now he's just going to torture everybody and make everybody really upset. And that's Fast X. As much as people like to make fun of the Fast movies, they are very popular. There was somebody at my screening, because it was press and public combined, who was losing his mind. I'm pretty sure the Fast movies are his religion. After every single action scene, this guy freaked out, and he would just scream. He sounded like Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Episode 4 re-release on Blu-ray. People were clapping and just very excited throughout the majority of this movie, and I think these are the kinds of audience members who don't go on the internet and don't really care about other people's opinions, and they just go to the movies to have fun, which is really refreshing, because the Fast movies are often made fun of, and I certainly have talked disparagingly about them in the past. The last one was not my favorite. This one, I think, is a little better than 9. It's still utterly ridiculous and completely absurd. Things happen in the movie, I just could not help but laugh. There's a guy, I won't say which character, but he's got a helicopter attached to his car, and he flings the helicopter into somebody. There's an early action scene that's reminiscent in its own special way of Indiana Jones running from a boulder, except replace that boulder with a giant bomb and a lot of cars instead of Indiana Jones. With F9, I think they embraced the hilarity of it all a bit too much, but Fast X, while still gleefully over the top and absolutely insane, no one goes into space in this movie. That's all I'm saying. Things are mostly grounded, except when they're not, which is quite often, but still, it's people in cars on planet Earth. So, the movie's got that going for it. This is not one of the best Fast movies, but I liked it more than the last one. And I don't think that people are going to hate this movie, especially people who really love going to these movies. My audience was losing their mind every time anything happened. I will say, though, that I have learned how to engage with these movies over the years. And I'm not going to tell you to turn your brain off, because I don't really appreciate that phrase. It's not really something that I can do. I just know what mode to be in when I watch a Fast movie, if that makes any sense. And that is that the Fast movies are essentially soap operas with cars. You might call them soapbox operas, or The Fast and the Restless. I am proud of that, actually. I don't know if I should be, but I am. Just like in a soap opera, you have characters that were once dead who are no longer dead. And you've got all of this family drama and relationship drama. You've got people staring at each other and saying things that seem like the things people say before they have sex, except they're not going to have sex. They're going to fight. This franchise is big action movie soap operas. And that's the mindset I put my brain in when I watch them. And in that way, I can find some perverse enjoyment in them and laugh a lot. Admittedly, sometimes when I'm not supposed to be laughing, but I feel like that's part of the fun with these films at this point. And I think Jason Momoa really understood that, because to call his performance over the top wouldn't really be the proper descriptor. It's more like through the stratosphere. He curtsies, he dances, he paints the toenails of people he kills. I wish I were kidding, I'm not. He is going for it. And he is entertaining to watch for sure. But I don't know if he'll work for everyone, because some people watch these movies and they actually take them very seriously. There's a certain audience for this franchise that actually gets really excited about everything. Like I said, there was somebody there. These movies were his church, man, for sure. And some of those audience members aren't really feeling that over-the-top vibe. They're actually taking it very seriously. So Momoa might not work for those people. But he did for me. This franchise is continuously doing its best, though, to take characters that were once villains and try to find a way to make us like them. In this film, you've got John Cena basically with a kid the whole movie, and he can tell jokes and wear cute t-shirts. Jason Statham, of course, has already gone through all that with Han, and this film tries to address that too. So the movies are just constantly looping themselves and trying to find ways to tell new stories when they're basically telling the same story just in different ways. And in this way, they're actually going back to the past and taking a story that happened already and saying, what if another person was there and you just didn't realize it until now? Beyond the obvious, okay? I know how silly these movies are, but the real issue I had with the movie is that there are 5 movies happening at once. Characters split up into separate side quests, and you have a lot to follow. And you've got to catch up quite often when you go back to them. And you're like, all right, why am I here with oh, that's right, they were doing that thing. And the film tries to remind you a lot. I do think there's a better cut of this movie with about 10 minutes taken out and some trims here and there. But the truth is, I like this one more than the last. There were some really good action scenes, although a bit over-edited and too flashy. There's some okay performances in the movie, believe it or not, and Jason Momoa is very likable as an absolutely absurd villain. There's a strange choice in this movie with Vin Diesel's kid, and if I saw the film that the filmmakers were intending to make, I'm pretty sure I saw a 10-year-old kid murder a bunch of people. Maybe those cars were controlled by robots for all I know, but I'm pretty sure there were folks in there. And they're dead now, and a child did it. And there is no discussion about it. It's just kind of wiped clean. Little weird, I will say. A choice that I'm surprised was not at least addressed in some fashion. I will say the film has a killer credits scene, so definitely stick around for that. I very much enjoyed that scene, and I hope you guys do too. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.